Well, good Sunday morning, everybody. Hope everybody's having a lovely weekend. In Wisconsin, yesterday it was beautiful. I think it might have reached 65, 62 where we were, but I think some places got to 65. It was lovely. Got a nice little lightweight dress on. I didn't wear tights. Boy, is that nice not to have to wear tights. And just a little light sweater, and off we went for the day. And since it was so nice, and Red Wing was busy. Everybody was out and about, and why wouldn't you be? When the weather's that nice, you think, oh, maybe I should don't do yard work yet, because what's the point of that going to be? Because you know more's coming. You know more snow's coming. Like today. So yesterday, pushing 65, lovely, sunny. I had a black sweater on. It was just absorbing all the heat. It felt so good. I even got kind of warm where I almost had to take it off. And then today we have 30 plus degree difference. Is it about 30 degree difference? It's like 30 right now, or 32. And it is snowing. Big, light, fluffy, lovely, pretty snow and stuff. But you go from summer to winter within, 12-hour period in Wisconsin. That's the way it is. So anyway, yesterday was great. We, my son and I bebopped around Red Wing. He don't go into all the stores if he's going to Red Wing with me. He just sits in the car and does his whatever he's doing on his phone or whatever and waits for me. And so I hit all my little thrift shops. I'm looking for a shirt to wear with my skirt that Jennifer's working on. It should be done in a couple weeks. And I wanted to have a Peter Pan. If you want to talk about something hard to find, it's when you're trying to find something that is specific and you can't find it. Sometimes you'll just happen upon something. But when you're looking for something specific, boy, I had a dickens of a time, because I have been going online and like Google searching, eBay, Etsy, all over the place for a Peter Pan collar shirt, because I kind of want to have that nice classic look when I get my camper skirt. You think I could find something? Nope. Or, I'm sorry, find something in what I'm not going to spend. I did find some really cute ones, but they're $45. I'm not going to spend $45 for a shirt. I mean, not that I wouldn't spend $45 for a shirt, but I thought this one shirt's going to be for this one specific thing, and I just don't want to spend it. So I ended up finding something. I don't know if the color is going to work. I hope so. I'll find it when the skirt gets here. So I did find that, and it's kind of a off-color khaki-ish green. When I do my, like I said 8 million times, I will show you when I do my, this is what I'm getting lately haul. And I think I've said this like 3 breakfasts now that or morning coffees that I'm going to do it, and I still haven't done it. So anyway, that, and I found this cute little, it's kind of a pastel paisley Peter Pan collar shirt that's in aqua, which I love, and a cute pair of Aldo shoes that have kitten heels, because remember, I kind of have given up most of my heels because of my feet, my back, my legs, and just don't want to do it anymore. But I did find these really cute kitten heels, and I tried them on in the store, and they had a little bit of room, which is great, because if I'm looking for shoes, I always want to have a little bit of room in them, because I had put my little inserts, little feet inserts, for cushion on your ball of your toe, and sometimes when my plantar fasciitis flares up, I can put one on my heel. And one, I did not have 5 cups of coffee before I had breakfast. Oh, my coffee last week was just like, I don't know. I do that anyway. I guess it doesn't matter if you have 5 cups of coffee or not, but it just puts me in a little bit of a higher speed than I usually am when I'm chit-chatting, because, I like to talk. So I'm only on my 2nd cup today, and you're probably going, what's going on? Why isn't your hair set? It's Sunday morning, Mary. Because today is dye day. I need to dye my hair. I have been dyeing my hair since probably my early 30s. I got my first gray hairs when I was in my 20s, and then a little bit in the 30s, and I hit my mid-30s, and it was like I had to dye all the time. Nothing wrong with gray hair, but mine's kind of coarse, and probably can see some peeking out here, and it's all over the place, and I'm not ready for. My mother had beautiful, beautiful white hair, but mine's springy and gray all over the place, and I'm gonna dye my hair until I don't want to dye my hair, I guess. And what colors do I use? Anything that's cheaper on clearance. I usually like Garnier. I know there are some, sorry about that, there are some that are cruelty-free. Henna is cruelty-free, and my sister, who's a hairstylist, said do not use henna. It is awful, awful, awful on your hair, and it leaves a buildup, and you do have to do a strip, and she says don't even do it. I'm like, oh, right, I won't. And then Manic Panic. And I know the girls have really cool outcomes with using that. And there's another one too. But I have to have a permanent hair color, and a lot of those ones that are cruelty-free or vegan are temporaries. And I kind of, my neck sweats at night. I get warm at night. Even if I'm not warm, I still get a little moist neck. And then guess what? If it's not a permanent dye, even the permanent ones will do that the first week or so. I'll get it on my pillowcase. So I always put a bad pillow, you know, an old one that I don't care if it does, because I don't want to wreck my pillowcases, and some of my pillowcases are vintage ones, so I'm very careful not to use those the first week or two after I dye. So that is why I do not have my hair set today. I just brushed it out and put it in one of my little favorite things. I love these little headbands. It's so nice, even if your hair's all curly, but it's just not quite doing what you want it to, just to put it in. And it's kind of 60s retro. If I was really wanting to retro it out 60s, I would have kind of ratted it in the back and poofed it all up. I'm just staying at home today, just cleaning the house. And my vintage bedroom here is a mess again. I think it's cyclical with me with this bedroom, because it's my catch-all room and getting ready room, and I started getting, even though it's a month away, I'll get something up in my head, I want to get rolling on it. I started getting my little giveaway, spring fling giveaway bags all ready to go for all the girls, and all you girls who want to participate in that, and started getting outfits out for Viva. And so Mary, how was this last week went? For my Weight Watchers, da-da-da-da. Very well. Yesterday we did go out, and I did have a margarita, and I had a margarita on, I had one cocktail on Friday night, because cocktails are bad. They're kind of a culprit, because that alcohol breaks down carbohydrates, go to sugars turn to fats. Great, you know, my triglycerides up a little bit. So I had one of my, and I made it with, it's kind of weird, because I was trying to, I like to have one little cocktail after a long, hard work week. I was thinking, what could I have? Because I usually have martinis, but I wanted something that's kind of a treat. So we had these little cutie oranges, those little cutie ones you can buy in the store. So I macerated them, or crunched them all up, and then I mixed that with, this might sound icky too, but I liked it. It was a nice little treat. And with some vodka, and chilled it, and then I put a little bit of, is it stevia or some type of artificial sweetener in there, and put it on the ice and mixed it all up, put it in a little martini glass. I like my classic cocktails, as you know, but I always like to make it a little special. I just want to put it in any old glass because it's a treat, and I want to put it, even though I've had more than one on occasion. But tonight, or Friday night, was a little treat, so I always could have one, because alcohol is hard on your diet situation. Retain water, breaks down to stuff you don't want it to, doesn't help with weight loss. So I just had one, and then I had a one margarita, and it was a big one, on Saturday, because we went to my favorite Mexican restaurant, Fiesta Cancun in Red Wing. And I'm like, okay, they bring you the taco chips. I had 3. Good. Stop. I mean, I could eat the whole bowl, but I had 3. And then I thought, what can I eat? Because, you know, it's all flour, tortillas, and stuff. So they had this really delicious, and it was all grilled seafood, scallops, shrimp, fish, and then onions and peppers and whatnot. And it wasn't in a sauce. It was just all freshly grilled. And then they served it with, you know, the soft corn tortillas. So I just had one of those, gave the rest to my son, and then we didn't even use them all. Kind of felt bad for him, like, but they could help my thing. So that's what I had. And I ate half of it, and then I had the other half first, so it was very good. So I stepped on the scale and thought, okay, is my one martini, my one margarita, and my eating Mexican for lunch and dinner, but it was the same meal because I cut it in half, gonna wreck it. So I got on the scale. I lost 3 pounds this week, and it still stayed off, because, you know, you just think one little thing can throw your whole diet off. So I was very happy with 3 pounds, and I only exercised twice, which is, because, you know, your first week you could have really good results, and a lot of it can be water sometimes, but I only exercised twice because I felt kind of bad about that. But I was exhausted at the end of my work days. I was just pooped out. So, and then we walked around a lot on Saturday. I count that too, so that would be 3. 2 on my treadmill, 1 shopping all day, walking, which was nice. And we did do a lot of hoofing around and walking around Red Wing. And the tours were down. You get a lot of people from the Twin Cities, St. Paul, Minneapolis area. If it's a nice day, they'll migrate down to the river towns like Red Wing or Stillwater or Hastings, just to bum around and get out of Dodge. And and enjoy the cute little town. So there's a lot of tourists around, walking around with us too. I had my little coffee, and my son had a little smoothie to begin the day, and hit all my thrift shops, and that's where I found my one shirt for my skirt. I found my little aqua in the shoes, and did I get anything else? That was it. I just got necessities. Not that the aqua shirt was a necessity. I didn't even need it for anything, nor the shoes, but I do have outfits to go with. So that's how we did yesterday. It was a lovely day. Came back, I loaded what we did for shopping, and just that was it. That was our Saturday. And then I kind of started on reorganizing my room, the catch-all room, which is a mess. So anyway, got all my stuff for the giveaways started. Got them all lined up. You know, so it'd be nice and kind of a hint what might be one of the things in the giveaway. Because I love these. They're so nice because, like I said, if you're having a bad hair day or you don't want to fix your hair, you know, you can just, let's say your hair is like mine and it's, see, it's just straight. Probably, I don't know if you've seen my hair straight before. I just brushed it under and sprayed it a little bit, put one of these so you can kind of do a little 60s do with it. Or if your hair's like all kind of a mess, kind of rat it up and fluff it up and put one of these into. That's kind of fun. But I love them because they're, and I'll go out with one of these on with my hair a little more curly or a little more fixed than it is. This is just a home thing. And I have a whole bunch of different colored ones of these that match with whatever, because you never know what your hair is going to be. You want to be prepared. So if you're getting all frustrated with your hair, you can just flip one of these and off you go. And I also will snoot it sometimes too. If it's like day 2 or 3 of a wet set, I can get 3 days out of my wet sets, but the 3rd day kind of just starts driving me nuts. Day 1 and 2 are fine, no problems, everything's kosher, copacetic with it. But day 3, you know, it's the get a little bit of that oil build up, and it's great for doing stuff with your hair because it will kind of like cement it, I guess, with your Motions Lotion, 2 days worth of hairspray in it. But that's kind of a snooze day sometimes, because sometimes I just can't take it, and I'll just do a little front roll of some sort, which is hard right now because my bangs are so short, but I'm going to keep them that way because I like it that way. So that's what I kind of do. So I know it's kind of weird. I'm kind of like, should I be sitting here having coffee because my hair's not in my... Come to coffee any way you want, I guess, right? So what else has been going on? Nothing. And then, you know what else? Now that I think about that, next weekend is my, I won't be having coffee with you because I will be going to Minneapolis, and me and my cousin are staying at the Marquette downtown, and Marquette Hilton, I think it is. And we're going to the Minnesota Monthly Wine and Food Event. I think that's the official name of it. It's at the Target Field. You know, you think Target Field, not in the middle, all the way around. There's, you know, seating, and there's like areas for get-togethers and things, and they have events there all the time. It's all enclosed, and it overlooks the Target Field. So it's there, and we went last year, and it was so fun. They have so many different distributors, not only wine. So they have 8 bazillion, I don't know how many, wine distributors. And they also have a lot of microbreweries and breweries there now, and they had one that was like a mixology area that they did custom-made bitters for cocktails. And what else? I think there was a vodka one there. And then, so there's not only just wine, just beer, there's also hard liquor there. I like all of it. And so you can have fancy they make little fancy cocktails for you, you know, like little micro ones. And then a lot of the fancy restaurants are there and make the best food. Anywhere from like little mini taco things to little, you know, they're just little bite size. You can get 2 or 3 bites off them, but it's any fancy little thing you can think of, and it's delicious. Everything last year was yummy. Loved it all. Except one thing. What was it? And I love, this might make gross you out, but I love pickled herring. I love it. I will sit down and just have pickled herring and crackers. I think it's delicious. Many people are like, blech, you know, but I love it. So I gotta tell you about this one thing. Oh. Even for a pickled herring lover. Ooh. So one of the specialty food places had deep fried pickled herring. So kind of like in a beer batter type thing, and it was deep fried, and I thought, I love pickled herring. I'm gonna try. Oh Lord, because you know the fish doesn't stay firm when it's cooked, you know, because pickled herring is that nice, firm, dense white fish that's pickled, of course. And my 2 favorite things, fish and pickles. So, the pickled herring turned mushy and icky, and of course it was pickled, but it was hot pickling flavor with the deep fried. I couldn't even, and I'm not a picky eater by any means, and I can eat pretty much anything. I think I'm gonna even spit out the piece because I couldn't even eat it. Because Chrissy, who does not like pickled herring, goes, I didn't think you'd like it. I know, but I wanted to try it. So we have that going on next weekend. Saturday night, Christy is a city gal, so she knows all the fun and interesting and new places in Minneapolis. So we'll be going to, probably anywhere from 3 to 5 different little places, and maybe, if we have time and if it's not too late and if we haven't had too many cocktails, we'll go over to Nye's Polonaise, because that will be closing down another 2 months. Google Nye's Polonaise in Minneapolis. It's got so much history and it's so fun and kitschy. Feels like you've walked back into the 1950s or 60s on one side, and then the other side of the same establishment, you walk through the door, completely different atmosphere. Reminds me of old-time Wisconsin bars with the polka band going, and you can have pierogies and stuff. So if we have time and if it's not too crowded, we might be stopping there. I hope so. I hope we can fit it in, but you do what you do. And then Sunday's the wine thing. You know, we'll get up and sleep in a little bit because we'll be tired from Saturday night. And I think that starts at 2 or something in the afternoon. It's 2 to 4 or 2 to, I think it's only like, is it 2 to 4 hours long? I can't remember. But anyway, so that's what's going on. I'll meet her up at Best Buy Corporate where she works, because I don't do well driving in the cities. So we'll meet there and then park my car and we'll drive up. So that'll be fun. So that's my weekend. Nothing much going on this weekend except it's time to dye, because I want a nice fresh hair dye job for next weekend. So all my little springy gray friends are, you know, sticking it, and those are the first ones always to go, you notice. And they're so wiry right here. I don't know why, but they are so wiry, and they just come and the dye comes off those the first, I suppose, because they're coarser, and it's not like it's your hair, of course. It's not like your normal hair. It has a different cuticle structure, so it doesn't hold the dye as well as your more youthful, younger hair, I guess. So those always come out first. And I did buy some little hair mascara stuff, but that's messy and it doesn't and it gets all over the place. And I'll do it in a pinch and stuff just to touch up, but I end up getting it everywhere by the time I'm done. It looks like mascara, but in a pinch, so you don't got these little fringes springing out. Because even though you cover them up with that stuff, they still are springy, just like when you dye them. Kind of soften them up when you dye them. So that's it. So I just had a normal Red Wing Saturday and out and about, and getting stuff together for my giveaway, getting some clothes organized. My goal today is to clean my spare bedroom, get that done. And again, it's every 3 weeks. Like I said, I'm so good and it'll be so spotless. Whoosh. I should show you a before and after picture, but you'll look at it and think, oh my god, she's a hoarder or something. But maybe I am a little bit of a mini hoarder. I think it might be. But I try to get a handle on it. Don't want to end up on that TV show. Wouldn't that be sad? Yeah, Mom, there's some company coming over. No, by the way, they're bringing hammers with you. Oh, wouldn't that be awful? But I can see why people have a tendency to hoard, because I'm kind of a little bit of a hoarder, and it's hard to get rid of stuff. So anyway, that's what I'm doing today. And then today is, not today, but tonight, I think it's tonight that the Oscars are on, maybe. And I'll Google and see who won and see the best and worst dress thing, but to sit there for that whole time, because that's one nice thing about the internet, because it's, I think is it 3 hours, or I don't know, but it's always over, and if that is tonight, but it doesn't matter, because you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to be watching the last episode of Downton Abbey. Oh, I had withdrawals when Mad Men went away, and then they had one called The Astronauts' Wives that took place back in that time, which was fun, and I watched that while that was on, and that went, and then at least you had Downton Abbey. Then you hear, hey, Downton Abbey, it's their last season. I know the friends of ours, Carrie, she kind of likes Downton Abbey too, and I believe her and her mom went to some Downton Abbey event up in the cities, through whatever, and they got to dress up in Downton Abbey. So, you know, it was the 20s, because that's what time it's shooting now, but that started back, the first episode of Downton Abbey started with the family sitting around, you know, they live on a big old estate in English countryside, talking about how they had relatives that were on the Titanic. So that is kind of the time frame of the start of the series of Downton Abbey, to the point now where we're into, I think, maybe the mid to late 20s. So just to see the progression of everything that has changed is really interesting. So tonight is the last night, and it is on Netflix, and I decided not to binge watch. A girl at work said she's already seen all of the episodes. I said, because I'm kind of guessing it. So I said, don't tell me, I don't want to know what's going on, because so she knows everything, and I think you could buy the whole series too. But I didn't want to. I like that ritual of every Sunday night getting all my stuff done, all my housework done, getting my hair dyed, getting it. I won't set it though, because after you dye it, if you set it that first time after you dye it, it wrecks your curlers. It gets on your foam curlers. It gets on your the plastic of the bristly things of your brush rollers. So I will just probably do something like this tomorrow, because I don't want to get stuff on my curlers, even though it wouldn't matter. But I don't want to. So anyway, I'll just do that and get everything done in the house, get everything set. I will put my pot of tea on, because I like to have tea when I'm watching it. I like tea. Coffee, I think, is more my favorite drink, and tea isn't like, I'll drink coffee like all day long. Yeah, I know I don't need to, but tea is kind of more of my treat. It's more my thing for relaxation. I'll have it before bed. I have some sleepy time teas. I'll do anything. I got stuff I put, like little aromatherapy drops I put on my pillows, and I'll try to have my nighttime tea, because I have an awful time sleeping, or going to sleep, or staying asleep, or getting to sleep. So I try anything I can to do it. So tea's for relaxation time for me. So I'll be making my nice little pot on the stove and put it on my little tea warmer, and having tea with Downton Abbey tonight and watching that, and then it will be done. But the girl at work, Lynn, did say it has a nice wrap up. It's not, you're not disappointed. You're not like, oh, how could, it's a happy ending for everybody and everything turns out. I like my shows like that. I've gotten some shows, and I was okay with Mad Men, the ending of that, because how else are you going to end it? The end of that series. One that I got into it later and binged watched a couple seasons to catch up to the present season years ago. I was highly disappointed, and I got confused with, because the more the series on, the more confusing it got. But I thought, I'm going to stick it out and see it in, because I want to see what happens. But it was a series called Lost. I wish I would have never spent all that binge watching or other time, or binge watch so I could catch up with the present seasons. I wish I wouldn't have even done it. I enjoyed it till it was on, until it started getting all crazy, and then the end was just like, are you kidding me? I put it in the same category, if you remember back in the days, ladies. They had an episode where I think JR got shot, and then the next season he wasn't shot. It was somebody dreaming or something. I can't remember what it was. Or JR did get shot, but something happened or something. But they wiped out like a whole year or two's worth of the series Dallas by somebody taking a shower, waking up, and they were dreaming. And I think they had to end up with other people, or I can't even remember. But you're like, what? You're going to fix it by going back and say, oh, the last 1 or 2 seasons we've had, and people aren't happy with it. We're just going to say, oh, guess what? I think Patrick Duffy woke up and he was dreaming. Oh, I thought, what? So anyway, the ending of Lost was kind of like that. You're like, are you kidding me? And I thought, and after all this, because there's so many possibilities for so many great endings with that show Lost, and then that's what you're going to do? Oh, I was not happy about that. But anyway, Downton Abbey's going to end happily ever after, and that's just how I like my, not that life is that way, but why can't our entertainment be that way, right? So anyway, everybody have a lovely week. Thanks for having coffee. I hope I wasn't too erratic this week with my conversation. And I'll say next time we have coffee, you'll see my new hair color. But you never usually do, because I have it up in something. But, I kind of like to wear my hair kind of like this. And it feels springy to me and stuff. So maybe I'll do a few coffees with my hair like this, if you don't mind. I don't want the mirror. We're used to you sitting there with your curlers, and we like that. And if that's all right, if you like that, I'll go back to it. But I kind of like to mix it up a little bit and do this. And this is kind of a morning do. This is more of a kind of morning do that somebody might be stopping by. I'd put on my day dress too. Come on over for coffee. So everybody have a great week. I'll fill you next time we have coffee in 2 weeks. about all the happenings, about the Minnesota Monthly thing, and I'll of course do my little video and picture things and put that up about that. And that's about all that's going on. Thanks for joining me. Thanks for having coffee with me again. Until we see you in 2 weeks. Everybody take care and have a lovely week. And guess what? It's 30 and snowing today, but by the end of next week it's supposed to be 50 again. So hope you're having nice weather where you are too. Take care, everybody. Bye.